I'm Bailey Dillard of the Lady Wildcats, and this is Blitz.
Welcome back to Rabun County. I'm Brian Carter. Joining me now is senior Bailey Dillard of the Lady Wildcats. Bailey, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, and I'm excited to watch how you've been doing this year as well as the team. Talk about so far, you're about 10 games in. It's hard to believe we're almost at the break already, but what do you like so far out of your team, and what are some areas where you feel like you all know you can get better at?
I think what I like the most about this team is our hustle. We always give it our all despite what the scoreboard looks like, and we're very intense. Our defensive game has improved progressively since last year, but I think some areas that we are still trying to work on is just keeping our offense under control, because when you have that fast-paced team, sometimes it's hard to slow down and really take control of your team.
Now, you have been a starter this is your third year starting on this team, but it seems like every year your importance to how the team runs kind of increases in terms of, how much you're being relied upon. So talk about how you've been able to step up each year, especially this year being your senior year, and kind of take on that bigger role.
I like to focus on the little things as a player. I think that's one of the most important things you can do. There's always ways to improve despite what you've accomplished, and I think my biggest goal has always been to become a diverse player, offensively and defensively. Look on all places on the floor and just see what I can do to make our team better.
And speaking of making your team better, I'm sure that you girls have some big goals this year. You won a region championship last year. Unfortunately, you fell in the first round on the home court. So I would imagine that one of your goals this year is to make a deep playoff run. Share some of the goals that you have as a senior this year, personally, if there's anything statistical or, team goals.
Statistically, I'm trying to get my shot back and my foul shots. I've always had some trouble with that. But as a team, our goal is always region championship. We expect no less from our program. But this year, we're trying to run a deeper run in the state playoffs because we feel that that's important. And we want to get this program back on its feet. Like last year, we had 10 losses, and we're just going to try to keep that record going strong with only 3 and go deeper in the state playoffs.
Now, your mom has talked about over the last few years how this team has really had the bullseye on the back. So there's already a lot of pressure there. But then when you lose the amount of starters and playmakers you did last year and you bring back yourself and Savannah Scott, who's a junior, the two of you are the lone starters coming back. How much pressure do you two feel coming into this season?
We actually don't feel that much pressure. I can rely on any one of my teammates. I felt that even though we've lost 4 or 3 great starters last year, we have a deep bench, and we've always been able to rely greatly on all of our players. So me and Savannah always try to become leaders on the court because we have started and we have the experience, but I have faith in all of the players on our team.
All right, so the big question is, what's your relationship with your mom like, being able to be underneath her and her coach you through these high school years? What has that been like for you?
It's honestly just brought our relationship closer. I thought it would be a struggle, but it's honestly just been a blessing. I've loved every second with my mom, even when she's screaming at me on the sidelines. That personal relationship just really makes me love her more in the sport.
I've always wondered, how does that work when you transition from on the court to off the court?
We've always tried to have a fine line when she's coach and when she's mom, but we usually try to keep the basketball talk to on the court. My family loves basketball, so that's hard at times, but we've always tried to keep our relationship with basketball strictly on the court.
And I'm sure, has this been really emotional for you so far, being that it's your senior year? It's got to be a little bit bittersweet knowing that this is soon going to be coming to an end.
Right. It has been emotional, more so than other years. There's been a lot of lasts, but I really enjoyed every year, and I'm always going to be here whether I be on the court or not. But, yeah, it's definitely been more emotional than other years.
All right, so, again, you've been part of this program through 3 state playoff runs. Definitely, hopefully going to make it 4 this year, some region championships. You've had a lot of big moments and memories in your time in this program, but which one, if you had to choose one, stands out to be the best?
I think last year when we won the region championship by a last-second shot from graduated Riley Klupacek, that was probably my best memory. Our team was just so excited, and we had worked so hard to get that championship, and when we did, it was a great feeling, and that's what it's like being a Lady Cat, fighting for what you want, and once you achieve it, it's an incredible feeling.
Now, every player wants to be able to leave something behind for other players to follow. What is that when Bailey Dillard leaves that you want people to remember about you?
I just hope that they remember that I'm a leader both on and off the court. I've tried to let people know what it's like to be a Lady Cat. It's more than just playing on the court and stats, but it's about the person that you are and who you become over the 4 years. So I hope that's what they remember.
I'm sure they will, and thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it and look forward to seeing all the success you have throughout the rest of the year.
Thank you so much for coming.